And basically, I guess Hannah Gadsby came out and said something about this.
Gadsby is trending this morning because Dave Chapelle decided to take aim at. Can I say her? What do I say? Is it Z?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
I thought it was a her.
I think it's her.
It is ma'am.
I don't know.
Bro, the only time these motherfuckers like fake want to be accommodating is when it's a cis person. Like, what the fuck? Dude, just like, even if you don't know, just say they if you want. Like, but the darkest period of my life, I was bedridden with a knee infection. Like, what the fuck? Just bro, they literally can't. They just can't. They like the only time they're ever gonna look like they're being accommodating is to still be transphobic. It's wild. They're only doing that because they know she's a woman. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's a fucking woman. Okay.
Honestly, don't know. I'm going to go with whatever Hannah Gadsby's preferred pronouns are. So Dave Chapelle listed some conditions on what would be required for him to meet with the trans community. Then I want to get to an article from Variety to show you how far down the slope we've gone. But here are Dave Chappelle's comments.
To the transgender community, I am more than willing.
Like this like Dave Chappelle addresses being canceled 5-minute monologue was so fucking dog shit, dude. I just remember how he fucking made a promise that he was just gonna shut the fuck up about the trans shit and like move on and like go back to his like regular material or any other kind of material. What happened? What the fuck happened, dude? Just do that, please. Like, I say this as a fucking fan, okay? I'm just like, please, dude, please let this one go. Please, like, so that it's easier for everyone else to just like act like it never happened, okay? Like, even the fucking trans Netflix employees are like, we're not trying to fucking take the special off. Can you please just like, you know, reallocate funds to highlighting trans experiences and like trans content creators and shit. Meanwhile, everyone's like, no, you need to keep talking about this. This is the only thing you need to keep talking about. Cancel culture and trans people.
Some acoustic panels will kill that echo / reverb.
It's because all engagement is good engagement. Being canceled puts them in the spotlight again. Yeah, except Natalie, ContraPoints, had a fucking brilliant point about this. And it is that, like, it's a pathological obsession, okay? These sorts of, like, phobias are pathological and they fucking ruin. They absolutely ruin art. And it's ruining his art. You know what I mean?
Yup.
Like, it's not good. It's just like, it sucks. He talks about he talks about the trans community in the same way that hogs talk about Antifa, or in the same way that hogs talk about the trans community. Anyway, maybe there isn't more trans content because it isn't good. Not trying to downplay trans people, but if it was good enough for the platform, would be there? Would it not be? Bro, that's an insane fucking take. Like, what? Are you gonna tell me that like meritocracy in the art space is real? Are you insane? There's plenty of fucking incredible trans content creators, dude. No, it's just that, like, for the most part, trans people are too busy, you know, trying to fucking not get brutalized for being trans all day, every goddamn day. But there are still incredible trans content creators out there because that kind of marginalization does create good fucking art. Listen to Sophie and say that again. Trans creators don't make trans content. What the fuck? So that the other part about that is that, like, just because you're trans doesn't mean you have to fucking make content about the trans experience. That's another like silly thing. That's really dumb of you to say and transphobic. Wait, what did I say? Like, The Matrix was made by trans people. One of the most, like, one of literally the
We have a new
pivotal,
Matrix movie coming
most
out in
important
December
fucking
cover.
movies of like this generation, which many Zoomers don't even know about now, but like literally, like for millennials, like probably the most important. Like it literally changed the way people see the world. It changed the way that like art was made. Matrix, the first one, is literally a story about a trans person coming out, basically like a trans coming out story made by the Wachowski sisters, who are trans women. And like now the red pill concept that you fucking hear bastardized by like all these fucking PUA people are, you know, they're literally ripping the content of two trans creators who saw the Matrix as an allegory to being trans. Most mimicked by garbage AAA movies, not that influential. The most mimicked by garbage AAA movies, not that influential overall. What? Chat will literally say anything, dude. First of all, this literally betrays this, okay? Most mimicked by garbage AAA movies means that it's like overall an influential thing, even on that front. But having said that, motherfuckers will literally say anything in my chat. Like, The Matrix is not that influential. Like, what are you talking about? Red pill as a concept, even now, is still utilized. The Matrix is a word that is in like common vernacular. Are you fucking high, dude? Are you out of your mind? Sequels are trash. Straight up. They were trash. I admit that. It was considered to be like a paradigm shift. You know what I mean? I can't think of a single other movie.
Take the purple pill to solve the 9-month sickness.
I can't think of a single other movie that has had such broad like cultural impact. In our generation, I mean. People are saying Star Wars, I guess, but yeah, I guess, but I was not fucking around for the cultural impact of Star Wars. Also, let's not forget that it also started the concept of fake reality, Cytopia movies. Without the Matrix, we wouldn't have had the others.
1-0.
Anyway.
To give you an audience, but you will not summon me. I am not bending to anybody's demands.
Lost the gay community.
And if you want to meet with me, I'd be more than willing to, but I have some conditions. And thirdly, you must admit that Hannah Gadsby is not funny.
That was great.
All right.
That was awesome.
So, look, I hate when people just say, oh, that person's not funny because they disagree with their politics. It's lazy.
Yeah.
That being said, this was couched in this was a joke from Dave Chapelle. And it was a funny joke. Now, Hannah Gadsby, dude,
when I want to know what fucking humor is good to laugh at, I go to Steven Crowder, the ultimate comedy understander. You know what I'm saying? This is Mr. Comedy, dude. Everything he does is funny. I mean, he's the funniest guy on the planet. So you got some of the best people defending Dave Chappelle and his like comedy chops. You know?
Hannah's credit, responded hilariously on Instagram. This was a while, just a couple days ago, but to this whole controversy.
Yeah.
Ew, shit, comedy's dead. Hashtag I killed it. What? Hey, Ted Sarandos, just a quick note to let you know that I would prefer if you didn't drag my name into your mess. Now I have to deal with even more of the hate and anger that Dave Chappelle's fans like to unleash on me every time Dave gets $20 million. Dollar it is to process his emotionally stunted partial worldview. You didn't pay me nearly enough to deal with the real world consequences of the hate speech dog whistling you refuse to acknowledge. Tad, fuck you and your amoral algorithm cult. I do fuck with more backbone than you. I do shit with more backbone than you. That's just a joke. I definitely didn't cross a line because you just told the world there isn't one. What? Yo, I'm sorry. Fucking Hannah Gadsby's just not funny. She's like the least funny Australian. Australians literally are like automatically funny, dude. Like they're how are you like an Aussie and not funny? I don't understand. They're some of the dumbest motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life. Automatically funny. Okay? They're sick cunts. How are you Australian and not funny? Okay, it's just like it's whatever. Same side as Crowder. I mean, I don't think that she's great. Okay, I'm sorry. She's probably a very nice person, and like I said, I'm not like, oh my god, I fucking hate her, right? But this is like a childish retort, you know. It would have slapped if she actually was funny. Anyway, Australians are so dumb. The turfs are ridiculous. Anyway, as I was saying though.
Nice.
Wait, where the fuck were we? So yeah, she said, "Trans is beautiful. Comedy's dead. I killed it." Yeah, no, you. I think comedy has been killed. Unfortunately, I think comedy is dog shit for the most part, but for a multitude of reasons, and definitely not because of fucking Hannah Gadsby's special. I think comedy has been killed because motherfuckers constantly have turned comedy into like, is this acceptable? Is this not acceptable? And then like the only thing people talk about is whether or not we can talk about things and how bad it is when we talk about certain things. Because people like literally cannot comprehend how comedy is created. Okay? Comedy sometimes is hurtful. You can punch up, you can punch down, but there's still a fucking punch. Okay? And punches hurt. The problem is when you punch down, especially, okay? If you fucking miss, if you swing and it's not funny, then it's just a dog shit joke that leaves everybody cringing. And that's the worst thing that can happen. Just bombing, right? But people see that and go, oh, that's an indication that this person is a horrible monster. Okay? They look at someone who's trying to be funny and they think to themselves, oh my fucking God, you're a monster. You're like a bad person. You're literally a bad person. It's like, no, that person is trying to be an entertainer. Okay? They're trying to be an entertainer. They're trying to be funny. And sometimes when you broach edgy subjects or when you talk about issues that are hard to qualify or when you remove something of its context, then that can come across as like deeply unfunny. Okay? And the punishment for that is cringe. The punishment for that is people being like, you're just not a funny person right now, and that sucks. Okay? It's death. So that, and by the way, the other thing I was going to say, someone said, Tim Dillon is an actual comedian, insanely funny. Tim Dillon has really funny bits. And Tim Dillon has some straight dog water. But that's just how comedy is. Not everything is going to be a fucking major hit. You know what I mean? Even Dave Chappelle's old stuff, which is now regarded as like some of the best. Okay, dude, I'm going to run the ad right now because people are being really fucking annoying in the chat. Okay, it's top of the hour. I'm running the fucking 60-second ad break. Please shut the fuck up, chat. You got me, okay? You literally got me. I'm in the middle of a fucking point. I don't want to run the ad break right now. And you're fucking forcing me to run it because you're literally losing your shit. Here's the ad break. You can subscribe if you don't want to fucking see the ads. Okay? You won. You won by brute force. You brute forced it. You didn't do like any clever fucking segues. You just brute forced your way into me running the fucking ad break. I hope you're excited. Okay? If you subscribe, you can avoid the ads for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. If you have a Twitch Prime, it's fucking free. You get one free subscription a month. Here's the ad break now. So the point is, as I was saying, like when a musician makes songs and some of them are skips, You just go, this album hit. There were some really good fucking songs in here. Some of them were made exclusively top 40, and some of them were fucking skips, right? When a comedian has jokes that are not funny, it's so much worse. Because for a lot of people, especially because comedy is like best when it's talking about your own personal experience or when it's like insightful and pointing out something that's like deeply flawed within our societal formations or whatever, right? That is all of a sudden straight up a indication that you're like a horrible monster who believes these things, right? Not funny for you? What? I don't understand. Are people still like, this is the most pro comedy fucking take on the planet. If you can't comprehend the words that are coming out of my fucking mouth, you literally are just like so delusionally lost in the sauce. I'm not only fucking shitting on Hannah Gadsby, but I'm also simultaneously explaining to a lot of people who like misunderstand the point about like a good fucking stand-up special and how comedy is created. If you don't hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, that means you are blindly and delusionally fucking just saying, I didn't like the Dave Chappelle special because he fucking doesn't, he just hates humor. He's SJW, we got him. Like, you literally are not understanding the point I'm making. Okay? Like, you can't be more pro-comedy the way I'm fucking describing this. Anyway. So, and that's why I was always very critical of Hannah Gadsby's special, because I felt like it was too critical of like the art form that is best when created by people who are perfectly describing their experiences. Okay.
Your boy has made IT to the 5-month mark.
Honest question, would you ever do stand-up? No, I'm dog shit. I love comedy. I've been a comedy enjoyer my entire life, but I'm not very funny. I'm not a very funny person. I wish, but it's definitely a natural skill that people have.
Getting a second interview for a job in my field finally feel like I'm getting there. Thanks for keeping me company.
But it's something that you also need to like work at a lot.
Death is
here. I'll just show you fucking George Carlin talking about punching up versus punching down. It's a fucking clip that's been used a million times over. Okay, here.
I would defend to the death his right to do everything he does. The thing that I find unusual, and it's not a criticism so much, but his targets are underdogs. And comedy traditionally has picked on people in power, people who abuse their power. Women and gays and immigrants are kind of, to my way of thinking, underdogs. And, he ought to be careful because he's Jewish. And a lot of the people who want to pick on these kind of groups, the Jews are on that list a little further. You got women, gays, gypsies, blah, 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 and suddenly you find Jews. And
suddenly Andrew's arrested.
Yeah, so, obviously he should do what he wants. And
why does he get away with it, do you think, then? Well, we have never laughed at jokes about the poor.
He's appealing. I think he's appealing largely. I think his core audience are young white males who are threatened by these groups. I think a lot of these guys aren't sure of their manhood because that's a problem when you're going through adolescence. Could I be? I hope I'm not one of them. And the women who assert themselves and are competent are a threat to these men, and so are immigrants in terms of jobs and
so that's why we as an audience then will laugh.
You say we. I don't think you're. I think you're
collective we.
I think that's what is at the core of that experience that takes place in these arenas. Is a certain, a sharing of anger and rage at these targets. And I'm sure Andrew isn't that angry at them. I'm sure he's playing it as a comic.
Nothing really changes, does it? I mean, dude, of course, this is still relevant because this is just at the heart of the matter. That's why. Like, he's correct that there are ways to make jokes about fucking people who are marginalized, okay? There are ways to make jokes about people who are marginalized, and you absolutely can. But oftentimes the reason why people from the outside looking in who can't comprehend like the humanity of those people are often just going, that's weird, that's really weird, right? To a crowd of other people that are fearful of that same group and go, yeah, you're right, that is weird. Haha, thank you for pointing it out finally. Rather than like actually being able to craft a fucking joke about the experience itself, is because like it's the same energy. It's the same fucking unreasonable fear work that, you know, it's the same unreasonable fear that people have.